Texting. 9-1 motherfucking 1. That's not for you, boys and girls. That's for the Boston Celtics. Welcome to a very hostile mid-sack. I am flying solo tonight because, quite honestly, Tom and Joel don't deserve to be a part of this segment. They don't deserve what's about to happen because I'm not going to lay into them something they have nothing to do with. It's been a very tough 36 hours in Boston sports, as I'm sure most of you are aware. I am the highly questionable one, Nbaplayoff, segment 1. All things choking, brought to you by the Boston sports scene. How to choke 101. How to lose to an inferior opponent. I don't know what chapter, how many chapters the Bruins and the Celtics are writing in this book, but it's a lot of them. This is segment 1, IDD, for those of you who know I don't disagree. Two good things. One, someone hit a milestone birthday, so that was my gift back there. The better be retired, Tom Brady. So we'll call this the 7-Eleven bar. If you're not smart enough to figure out why I said that, look over my shoulder and learn some math. Learn what champions are about, because that's what those two are about, champions, not these chumps that I'm about to talk about tonight. I don't really know where to start here. I'd love to start with I told you so, but that might just turn people to shut it off. No, I'd rather explain why I told you so again for the 1,000th time, because I'm getting real sick and tired of the passes from Bill Belichick to Joel Mazzulla to Tatum to Brett. I'm getting sick and tired of the Boston Bruins, the passes these organizations and players or athletes are getting for the consummate level of choking that has been taking place here over the last 3-4 years. It's disgusting, and tonight, for me anyway, it boiled over. As those of you probably know, last night, the Bruins pooped away, shit themselves, whatever, away, a 3-1 series lead, and lost not one, but 2 games at home to a team that they, I think, had, 43 more points than during the regular season. Something like that, okay? That's not to say that the Florida Panthers aren't a good team. They are a good team. But the Boston Bruins were supposedly a historically great team. They did something this year that had never been done on 2 fronts, most wins and most points. They did it in the same season. They had a top 5. They had 2 of the top 5 goalies in the league, and they had 7 50-plus point scorers. Now, as I said a couple weeks ago when I was singing their praises about how, look, they're not guaranteed to get out of the first round. They were not. And in the NHL, this really isn't that big of an upset normally, because 8s do beat 1s. 8s do go on to win the Stanley Cup. You'll never see an 8 seed win the NBA title. That's not going to happen. Talent rises to the top there, and home court means something for one simple reason, because the Stars generally get the calls at home. Whether you want to date that back to Magic and Michael or whatever, when that all started. And I think it started probably before that, but it's not. It's when TV got involved, now you can see it, like really see it. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is, the Bruins pissed away a 3-1 lead and the opportunity to go down as the greatest hockey team ever. They will now go down as one of the greatest chokes in Boston sports history. I don't know where they rank on the pendulum. It's all still fresh in my mind. I haven't had a chance to line it up with Bucky Bleep and Dent or some of the other choke jobs that we've seen in just in my lifetime. But there's a lot of them. But that one, they're easily in the top 5, maybe top 3. This 2023 rendition of the Boston Bruins, and I'm sick and tired of their fan base talking about good season. Fuck you, okay? Fuck every damn one of you. The reason they continue to get away with this is because you keep saying, good season. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you absolutely fucking kidding me right now? There shouldn't be a happy, a empathetic, anything Boston Bruins fan right now. And this, by the way, for the first time, is not on management. Usually management lets you down, and I get you being mad at them because they've usually let you down. Management did everything they had to do here. They put this team together to win the Stanley Cup, and on paper, this shouldn't have gone. It should have gone 5 max. But it didn't because they poop themselves. Poop. And this was a veteran-laden team, which is really weird. Okay? Because young teams with no experience, okay, I can almost buy that one. Not a team like this. This team is littered with former league MVPs and Selke Award winners and 60-point goal scorers and goalies that have a 1.9 goals against and his backup has a 2.1. This team is loaded. They have a fourth line that's better than most second lines. Okay? Squadouche. It meant nothing. Because the other day, the guys that went on the ice didn't get it done. Their turnovers were terrible. I think they gave up 8 goals right off of these stupid turnovers alone in 5-on-5 situations. Okay? The coach couldn't get his damn rotations right when Bergeron came back. It took him a while to figure that out. Why? You did it for 80-something games. Why did you have to figure it out again? I don't get it. I just simply don't get it. And then there's the whole, the second line of Florida dominated this series. And that's before you get into the fact that the goaltender, who had a historically great year, gave up not 1, but 2 games where they scored 6 goals. 6? 6 fucking goals in 2 different games? And the goalie we're talking about, 1.9 goals against? So there's plenty of blame pie to hand around out here. Okay, but don't give it to management. Not this time. They did what they were supposed to do. This basically tells management, we loaded them up and they still couldn't get it done. Don't get on our ass. You really can't point at management this morning, but that's where it begins and ends with the Bruins. And then having to watch that moment with Bergeron and Marchand crying on the ice because Bergeron's probably done. As I took his jersey down. It's not the insult to him. I'll put it back up eventually, but I'm so mad at them right now. I'm not donning a Bruins jersey at this moment. The only reason the Celtics are up there is because that fucking man won 11 titles for the Celtics. That's why he sits out there. I'll never take him down. He is the definition of excellence. Okay? And the guy next to him, same thing. Those 2 jerseys will never come down. That I can promise you. They are everything. They are the standards by which all Boston sports and all athletes that ever come into that town will be measured by again. And they should be, because they are the definition of commitment to excellence. Those 2. So, but this Boston Celtics team, no. They have been doing the same fucking shit for almost 2 years now. And I've been saying it and saying it and saying it. And then my brother Pete, who keeps scrubbing their scrotum, turn it on. They'll just turn it on. Oh, really, Pete? Did they turn it on tonight with 16 fucking turnovers? They turned it on tonight when a 30-something-year-old man with a beard from one end of my driveway to the other pasted them and wiped his ass with them for 45 points. You know what Mr. Harden did tonight? Since we're transitioning here to misery here in Boston. James Harden tonight took a shit in Marcus Smart's hand, and then he did this and rubbed his face in it. That's what he did to the Boston Celtics defense. And Joe Mazzulla, who refused, after he had 20-something points in the first whatever it was, half, to double-team this man consistently and get the ball out of his hands in the second half and take him out of his rhythm. Talk about dumb coaching. This guy is in over his head. And this game tonight proved it. Okay? Proved it. And again, they are a reflection of him. Okay? As much as everybody wants to get mad at Ime Udoka for what he did, Ime Udoka would never have fucking let this happen. And defense, they don't... Are you kidding me? This team is a shell of itself defensively. It's a shell of itself. Okay? It plays defense only when it wants to. Okay? And it plays down to its competition nightly. Nightly. I think I was the only Boston Celtics fan who, when I saw the report, and I confirmed it with Joel today that Embiid was out, got nervous. I got nervous because I knew what this fucking team was going to do. They were going to look at that. Oh, he's out? Oh, all right, this is over. And just show up. I am sick and fucking tired of the Celtics and the Bruins getting passes for shit like this. Okay? Both teams do it. Okay? They've both done it over the years. The Celtics are more recent because they've been to the finals. They gift wrapped that to the Warriors. I kept telling my brother Pete that those turnovers were all the Celtics. Oh no, Golden State, really? Well, explain tonight when they had 16 against Philly without Embiid. It's not Philly either. It's the Celtics. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. The Brooklyn Nets, minus Kevin Durant, minus Kyrie Irving, minus James Harden, went into Boston after having lost 10 straight with those guys on the floor. And they won by 39 points. And no one in the Celtic fan base raised a red flag. No one. After they had dropped, not one, not two, but three, still a quote from the fraud, games to the Orlando Tragic, who didn't even make the playoffs this year because they were playing down to their competition. When they lost to the Houston Rockets, the worst fucking basketball team maybe ever, or one of the top five or the bottom five ever. They lost to them. Nobody raised a red flag then. Okay? You know why? You must be the same people who scrubbed Belichick's scrotum after this draft he had. And we'll get into them in segment 2. And that load of shit. When in an offensive league, dickhead went for a defense to help his defense that was ranked in the top 10 and has been. How many Super Bowls have they won with this top 10 defense since Brady left? 0. How many playoff games have they won? 0. Their defense is not their problem. I don't have an answer for that either. See, even my phone is flustered. My watch is flustered. Okay? 0, boys and girls. We'll get to that in segment 2. Anyway, back to this shitbag team that dons that uniform. Okay, 16 turnovers tonight. Jalen turnover Brown with 4 of them. 4 utterly fucking stupid turnovers. One he dribbles off his knee. One he turns around, throws it back to Maxey at the end of the game, by the way. Talk about pooping in your pants. Poop, 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 poop. And Marcus Smart, Marcus Dumb, 6 turnovers. And what happened to Marcus Smart? Why am I looking at Marcus Dumb? Where did the Defensive Player of the Year go? The Defensive Player of the Year would never have let James Harden do what he did tonight. Neither would Jaylen Brown. There was a play where James Harden, who is, 7, 8 years older than Brown, broke him like a stick on a crossover left to right. Left him. Just left him, went down the lane for the layup. And where is this Time Lord character? This mythical shot-blocking machine who comes out of nowhere and could block God? Where the fuck is that guy been? Who supposedly is healthy? Un-fucking believable. I'm wearing a Red Sox cap tonight. Did anyone notice that yet? There's a Red Sox. You know why? Those fucking guys are 2 games over 500 in the best division in baseball with no fucking pitching. Those guys, I think they win 16 games. Well, yeah, they beat the Toronto Blue Jays tonight, who were in second, who were like 18-9 or whatever they are. Those motherfuckers are overachieving. It's ridiculous. The Boston Celtics are a fucking joke. I want Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Marcus Dumb to hear that. You're a fucking joke. You're fucking front-running frauds, and all you fucking do when you lose is make excuses. We got to be better. Everyone knows you got to be fucking better. You're the best fucking fan, but you think you don't fucking know when you fuck up and why you fuck up? Okay? I'm just done handing out hall passes. You're lucky, if Tom was here, he'd probably give you another hall pass. Professor Tom over there. Oh, you must be late. Here, you go use the bathroom. A hall pass. You're not getting a hall pass from me. Okay? And I'm going to keep screaming until you either win a championship or they trade your ass to a weather station above the fucking Arctic Circle. Because that's what you deserve right now. No Joel Embiid. That's 30 points a game, 10 rebounds, almost 11 rebounds, and almost 2 blocks a game out of the lineup, and you lose at home? How on fucking earth can even my brother, who wears those shamrock glasses, how is he even going to defend you tonight? I can't wait to fucking hear this one from him, that moron. Okay, Pete'll fucking, it's 1 game. Wait. Joel Embiid had convinced himself, and if you ever heard him talk about the Celtics, this is him, rivalry, we never beat them. He's convinced they can't beat them. What do you think he is now? Tonight's loss isn't about 1 game. It's about the effect, and this team is too fucking stupid, and so is their fucking stupid-ass coach, to understand the effects of this game. It's been going on all season. I'll bet you Doc Rivers knows it. Because Doc Rivers knows. He's a better coach than this idiot. Okay? All the Celtics have to do is you just tell them who's playing tonight and who's not. And you can pretty much guess how that game's going to go. When they took their foot off the gas in games 1 and 2 at home against the Hawks last round, when they were up 30 at the half in game 1, when they actually showed up, okay, you should have buried them. They didn't bury them. And people wonder why that series went 6 games. Because they gave the Hawks hope. This is why Jason Tatum and Larry Bird should never be put in the same fucking sentence ever. When Larry Bird gets you down 30, he steps on your fucking neck and it's over. Jason will help you up and buy you dinner. Let me dust that off for you. I'm sorry, Knock Joe. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Jaylen Brown will go into some deep fucking thought about something that has nothing to do with what the fuck we're talking about for a deeper meaning. Because I'm very friends with Crimey River Irving, who thinks the world is flat, by the way. But yet he keeps turning the fucking ball over at a record rate. And then there's Marcus, off again, dumb, smart, whatever day. I don't know what day it is. Okay. But I was the only Celtic fan that was worried. And Joel didn't figure this out when I texted him. I said, what's the status of his knee? He said, he's out tonight. I didn't respond. I didn't respond because I was fucking nervous. Because I knew this was going to fucking happen. That's who they are. They've done it all fucking... They did it last year. The difference was last year, because Udoka was there, they would at least play defense. He would not tolerate not playing defense. So their defense wouldn't allow this shit to happen because they had a historically good defense second half of last season. They really did. That's why they made their run. They still shot too many threes. But when they had to lock you down, they locked you down. This team is a shell of that. And the same players are out there. But the mentality is not the same. It's just not. And look, could they still come back and win this series? Yeah, because they're the most talented team in the series. By far. By far. Okay? It doesn't matter. The bottom line is at some point somebody's going to get them. Because they're too fucking stubborn, arrogant, and stupid to change. Let me say that again. They're too fucking stubborn, they're too fucking arrogant, and they're too fucking stupid to change. And until I see that, meaning I'll know it because they'll be hoisting the O'Brien Trophy, then I'll believe it. Because this team should have won 65 games this year, least, and it didn't because of this mentality. And it cost them the number 1 seed, and they're lucky Milwaukee pooped themselves. And again, Giannis missed 2.5 games. Let's be clear. He didn't play the whole series. Or that might not even have happened. But I said, the only team that can beat the Boston Celtics is the Boston Celtics. Well, here we are again. And the problem is, they better pray Joel Embiid doesn't come back healthy. Because if he does, they're going to lose right here and now. And they might still lose. It's still too fucking stupid to change. They'll just think we need to make more. They'll look at tonight's box score. And they'll think to themselves, we just got to make more threes. They got that lead going to the basket. Had they played any fucking defense at all, the game would have been over at halftime. They had 48 fucking points in the paint in the first half. They did everything right offensively. They played 0 fucking defense. And because of that, it was a 1-point game at the half. Are you fucking kidding me? All you had to do was double team James Harden, and cover Maxey, and make Tobias Harris or somebody, or PJ Tucker beat you. That's all you had to do. This is not laser eye surgery. You don't have to be a Harvard Law student or graduate to figure this out, or an MIT whiz to figure this out. All you had to do after the first quarter, when you figured out Harden was on, was, all right, he's getting doubled from now on. He is not going to beat us. And we're not going to leave Maxey. Okay, we're going to leave Tucker. Tucker's going to be the one that's going to have to drop 40. Tucker wouldn't have dropped 40 on your head if there was nobody in the gym. But you didn't do that. And now you're down 1-0 to a team whose best player still hasn't put his uniform on yet. Yep. Go ahead, Pete. Defend that. After a year and a half of defending them, defend this. Because this proves everything I said. Golden State had nothing to do with those turnovers last year. Philadelphia had nothing to do with it. You look at those turnovers, like that had nothing to do with the Philadelphia defense. Philadelphia didn't play any defense. 48 points in the paint in the first half? You think that was all Joel Embiid? No, on the perimeter, their guards can't guard. They were getting beat off the dribble, beat like they stole something, beat on backdoor cuts, beat on screen. They got beat every which way to the basket a team can get beat. And they were down 1. Because you guys played defense like a Millis JV high school basketball team. Sorry, Skinner, I had to say Millis. I couldn't think of a team that plays defense that atrociously. Maybe Medway. Millis Medway, somewhere in there. One of those 2 shitbags, yeah. Doesn't guard a chair. That was the Boston Celtics. And that's been them all season. And that's been them against inferior competition. When they don't feel threatened, they don't show up. And they poop themselves at the end. They're up 4, and Tatum actually had a really good game offensively until this point. But he makes this, and I knew it. He's up there dribbling, and Becky and I, my wife, are watching the game going, he's going to shoot a 3. They're up 4, he's going to shoot a fucking 3. Go the fucking back. He's fucking around. He's calling for a pick. Why do you need a pick? The guy can't guard you. You don't need a fucking pick. Clear everybody out and whip his ass. That's all you had to fucking do, and you'd have been up 6 and the game's over. Nope. I gotta get that screen so I can shoot my fucking hero, my Larry Bird 3. Turnover! 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 It's unfucking believable. You'd think they don't watch tape. You would think the Boston Celtics don't know the meaning of the words film session. Because it's the same fucking shit every time, and it doesn't matter who the opponent is. It doesn't matter if it's Orlando. Doesn't matter if it's Brooklyn, a Brooklyn team with no names on it. Okay, Houston, Indiana. Doesn't matter who it is. All they have to be is not threatened. You look at their records against Milwaukee and Philly when Embiid's on the floor. They're 5-1 against those two teams because they feel threatened and they show up. They bitch slapped Milwaukee at full streak. Christmas Day 28, and then later by 40 in Milwaukee, I might add. In the one game they lost in Milwaukee, they were missing 4 starters. It took Milwaukee to overtime to beat them. Where the fuck is that? That's mental, boys and girls. That is not physical. That is mental. That is between the ears. I said this earlier when I said the Boston Celtics should win the championship, and it shouldn't be close. The one thing that will stop them is between the ears. And you saw it tonight. Again. Which begs the question, what the fuck is going on in these film sessions? What the fuck are they talking about? When they break down an opponent, what the fuck are they looking at? If Joel Embiid is not there, there's 2 guys. There's Harden and there's Maxey. You double team one and not with the other guy. You leave him in a deny. You're in no help deny. Wherever Maxey goes, you go. If he goes to take a piss, you shake it for him. You don't have any help the whole night. You stay with him, or vice versa. You're on Harden, we'll double match, whatever it is. But those 2 are not beating you tonight. It's that fucking simple. Yet here we were, late in the game, switching a screen. You got James Harden being guarded by who? Al Horford? Al Horford, who's 3 years older than Harden and was slower when he wasn't, guarding him with the game on the line. He hits a 3 right in his fucking eye for his 43rd, 44th, and 45th point. And someone's going to tell me that Joe Mazzulla isn't in over his head? He's the black Matt Patricia. That's right, I said it. He's the black Matt Patricia. They won 57 games this year because of their talent, not because of their coach. Let's be very clear here. He is no Ime Udoka. He is no Doc Rivers. No. Okay? He's none of those guys. Okay? He's no Pop. He's no Spoelstra. He's no Tom Thibodeau. He's none of those guys. He's nowhere near them. He just has the better team. And he's proving that doesn't matter. Because a team takes on the identity of its coach. Okay? And when you're that I'm so sick of that stupid look on his face, the whole, like he's a fucking Marine. Well, we got to pass better. We got to make the right play. Whether it's a layup or a 3. It's got to be the right play. That means nothing when you play no defense. And when you don't hold your players accountable for not playing defense. That means nothing when your team is turning the ball over like it's going on a business sale. And you do nothing about it. It means nothing. And the next game, maybe it'll be the free throws. They actually made their free throws tonight. Okay? But they didn't go limelight because Philly, they beat Philly so bad to the basket, Philly couldn't even foul them half the time. They were so wide open. And all they had to do was keep doing that and play defense, and they won that game by 20-plus points going away. But no, they can't do that. They won't do that because it's not their mentality. They lack the killer instinct. When Joel Embiid went down, it should have been blood in the water. All right, we're going to fucking kill these guys tonight. We're going to drub them from the get-go. Then we're not going to let them breathe. James Harden's going to wish he never got off the bus. That was not that mentality tonight. Not at all. And you could see it. You could fucking see it. And when the Bruins, by the way, are up 3-1, turns you back to that fucking debacle, Okay, they fought, they lost in overtime, but the fucking one game it's their offense, one game. Talk about it. How can a team that was so consistent all year long and then is loaded with veterans be so inconsistent? Explain that to me. And I'm not blaming management on that one. I'm blaming the players and the coach. More the players and the coach. I say it's the players one, coach two. But the Bruins fans shouldn't be having. I don't want to hear about the empathy pie today in Boston. Or great season, guys, historic. Fuck you. Fuck every one of you if you're going to do that, okay? That's why they don't win, because their fans are going to give them a pass. You want to show something, fans, next year at opening night? Don't show up. Not one of you. Leave those fucking stands blank. Send a fucking message. No, you're not gonna do what you did again for the 10th year in a row. We're gonna be, or 12th year in a row now, and we're gonna give you a pass. That won't fucking happen. Because, the new season, they won't fucking do that. That's why they keep losing, okay? And you Celtic fans out there who think I'm being too hard on these fucking guys, wake the fuck up. Go watch. You think it's me? Go watch the fucking tape. Go watch the Houston game. Go watch any one of those Orlando games. Go watch that Indiana game. Go watch that Brooklyn game. There's a million of them. You look at those losses and you tell me I'm making this up. And don't give me this shit about, they won 57 games when they should have won 67. Okay, 65 minimum. And I don't want to hear about injuries. They're 12 deep. They can survive the time load. They had more than enough pieces to get around that. That's one guy. And really, Time Lord was on the floor tonight. Where the fuck was he? With no Joel Embiid to worry about. So give me this shit about, they didn't have Time Lord. Well, Time Lord was on the floor tonight, boys and girls. Where the fuck was he? He was 6 fucking points. Did he have a block? Maybe he had 1 or 2 on a bunch of, I don't know, maybe. He should have had like 8 or 9. But I don't think even, you know what, I'm going to give you, we'll look this up. I have the box score right here. Let's go find Mr. Time Lord. 6 points, 7 rebounds, no blocks, no steals. Oh, he was a +8. +8 by what? They scored at will. Okay? 7 rebounds? 6 points? No blocks. So whenever Philly got into the paint, I don't know where he was, but he wasn't there. Okay, he played 20 minutes, and he wasn't on the floor at that time, but when he was on the floor, he wasn't there either. There was a couple times they ran high screen and roll off him. Guy gets in the lane. He doesn't challenge him. Guy gets a clean look in 10 feet. NBA guard's going to make that shot a million times out of a million. They're in the NBA for a reason, because they make that shot. You leave them open, they're going to kill you with that shot. And that's what Maxey and Harden did. When they got in the paint, he wasn't nowhere to be found when he was in the game. So look at this crowd. Well, they didn't have him. Well, they had him tonight. Didn't make a fucking difference. And he wasn't guarding Embiid. Embiid wasn't there to worry about it. No fucking excuse. So we're going to end this segment on that. Bruins, fuck you. Celtics, fuck you twice. Okay? Take your heads out of your asses before you repeat what your roommates did last night. Because you're on the verge of doing the same fucking thing. The more talented team losing in Boston. Again. Segment 2 coming up. Hey, boys and girls, just when you thought I couldn't get any more angry, we're going to talk about the Pats draft. If you have booze, now is the time.